FG goes borrowing again to raise $400 million for cash transfer to 15 million households. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. Please subscribe to our channel. The federal government has approached the World Bank for a fresh loan of $400 million for the conditional cash transfer to 15 million households as one of the measures to cushion the effect of petrol subsidy removal on Nigerians. The 400 will bring it to $1.2 billion, the amount that the federal government is borrowing from the World Bank for the cash transfer, as it had earlier secured a loan of $800 million for the same purpose. President Tinubu announced the conditional cash transfer to 15 million households in the nation were addressed to commemorate the country's independence on October 1st as part of measures to cushion the effect of subsidy removal on petrol, which has led to astronomical rise in the cost of living. He also announced that the federal government would commence the payment of 25,000 naira monthly to 15 million households for 3 months from October to December 2023. The immediate past administration of President Muhammadu Buhari has secured $800 million from the International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, World Bank, to provide post-petroleum subsidy palliatives for over 50 million Nigerians. The loan was meant to be assessed by the succeeding administration. In his October 1st broadcast, President Tinubu also announced approval of 25,000 provisional allowance for junior federal workers over the next 6 months. He said the approval followed the negotiations with labor unions and other stakeholders in the business community to increase the federal minimum wage without triggering undue inflation. For the next 6 months, the average low-grade worker shall receive an additional 25,000 naira per month, the president stated. However, following protests about the exclusion of other categories of workers and pensioners and the threat by the organized labor to embark on a nationwide strike, the government announced 35,000 naira additional wage for all treasury-paid federal government workers for 6 months, following further consultation with the leadership of the Nigeria Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress. A top government official who spoke on condition of anonymity because of the sensitive nature of the issue told Sunday Punch that the Tinubu administration will fund the 35,000 naira cash award to civil servants by sending a supplementary appropriation bill to the National Assembly. The source stated the government is funding the 35,000 naira wage increase for all federal civil servants, and it is not taking the loan. The one the government is taking the loan for is the one of the 25,000 naira multiplied by 3 months for 15 million households. There is a loan of $800 million on this one, and the government is adding $400 million, making it $1.2 billion, which will be used for the conditional cash transfer. But the other one, cash award to federal civil servants, the government will fund it. So most likely there will be a supplementary appropriation for that because it is illegal to spend money out of the government budget. Meanwhile, Nigeria has maintained its 4th position on the World Bank Top 10 International Development Association borrowers list. This was after moving up to 5th position in the 2022 fiscal year. Despite maintaining its 1st position, the country accumulated about $1.3 billion debt within a 1-year period. The World Bank fiscal year 2022 audited financial statement showed that Nigeria moved to the 4th position on the list with $13 billion IDA debt stock as of June 30th, 2022. However, the World Bank fiscal year 2023 audited financial statement showed that Nigeria owed about $14.3 billion IDA debt stock as of June 30th, 2023, but maintained its 4th position on the list. Sunday Punch further observed that Bangladesh, that $19.3 billion, moved up to the list to become the topmost IDA debtor, taking over from India $17.9 billion debt, which fell to the 2nd position. Pakistan maintained the 3rd position from the last fiscal year with a debt of $16.9 billion. Nigeria has the highest IDA debt in Africa, while the top 3 borrowers, Bangladesh, India, and Pakistan, are from Asia. Also, in the World Bank 2023 annual report, Nigeria was among the top 10 countries that have required fresh IDA loans this year. The report showed the bank committed $1.55 billion to Nigeria in the fiscal year of 2023, with the country recognized as the ninth highest beneficiary. Sunday Punch recently reported that the federal government was engaging the World Bank on a fresh 1.5 billion naira loan, $1.5 billion loan. The loan is titled Nigeria Human Capital for Opportunities and Empowerment based on information obtained from the website of the Washington-based bank. The objective of the loan is to strengthen systems for improved delivery of basic education and primary health services in participating states. The loan is meant to be implemented in 2024, pending approval by the board of the World Bank Group. The International Bank for Reconstruction and Development and the International Development Association, which make up the World Bank, have over the years advanced loans to Nigeria. The IBRD lends to governments of middle-income and credit-worthy low-income countries, while the IDA provides concessionary loans called credits and grants to governments of the poorest countries. The World Bank is Nigeria's biggest multilateral creditor, with the country owing about 14.51 billion naira as of June 30, 2023. Further breakdown showed that Nigeria had $14.03 billion IDA debt and $485.75 million IBRD debt by the second quarter of 2023. The Debt Management Office recently said the country's total public debt hit 87.38 trillion naira at the end of the second quarter of this year. The figure represents an increase of 75.29% or 37.53 trillion naira compared to 49.85 trillion naira recorded at the end of March 2023. Further breakdown shows that Nigeria has a total domestic debt of 54.13 trillion naira and a total external debt of 33.25 trillion naira debt. While the domestic debt makes up 61.95% of the total debt, the external makes up 38.05%. It was also observed that there was a significant increase in both domestic and external debt within 3 months. The domestic debt rose by 79.18% from 30.21 trillion naira, while the external debt rose by 69.28% from 19.64 trillion naira in Q1 2023. Can you imagine? And yet, I heard that the government bought about what's the name of this car? A 160 million new vehicle for 350. Is it House of Assembly House or House of Reps members? Maybe they just plea for this country. Pay them the plea. Alright, on this note, you have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time. Enjoy.